Welcome to my channel. My name is Alicia, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to take a blank acrylic tumbler and turn it into a snow globe tumbler. There's something just fun about taking glitter and shaking it all around and watching it sparkle. I like doing this. It was fun, it was easy, and it produced, a really cute cup. So that's enough for me. Let's go ahead and get started. The supplies you'll need is, of course, a acrylic blank. These come in different colors. You can order them, I think, on Amazon. I got mine from Antioch Graphics. Also, Stainless Steel Depot sells them. There's a lot of suppliers of these. They come in different colors: purple, clear, blue. I think pretty much every color in the rainbow. I decided to go with purple because I'm going to make this into a love potion. The things you're going to need are liquid to fill it. Now, I use vegetable glycerin and distilled water mix. I do a 50-50. I know people have used all water, they've used glue, I think they've used a few other things, I'm not really sure. I liked this mix the best, and I ordered this from Amazon. I usually keep a mix of glycerin water in a container off to the side so it's ready to go, but then of course when I get low, then I have to mix more. And I wasn't going to show you, but I think I am going to show you because the glycerin mix has a little bit of weight to it. So I want you to see the thickness when you pour it. And I use this as a measuring cup. Okay, I pour my glycerin in, and then I pour my water in, and then I shake this up. Other things you're going to need are your glitter, of course, and I have my stash of Glitter Makes It. I have a bunch of different colors here. I don't know if I'm going to use them all or not, but these are the colors that I've chosen for Love Potion for Valentine's Day. These ones actually are hearts, so they're really cute. And then you're going to need your rubbing alcohol. You're going to need, if you want to put a decal, your decal and your weeding pen. And you're also going to need a drill. Now, I'm using my husband's drill. It's, big guns drill. But I think they have little ones, smaller handheld ones on Amazon. I'm not sure. I just use his. You'll need one of these to cover your finger, and I'll show you why later. And you're also going to need a piece of tape, a glue stick and a hot glue gun, and some paper towels, and I'm wrapped up here, and I hate cords. Oh, here's my glue gun. Very well used. Can you see this? Look at this. Time to get a new one? Maybe. And I think that's about it. And if I miss something, you'll see it while I'm doing this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the bottom of my cup. So I'm going to take the ears off and change of plans. I decided I didn't want to do the purple. I decided I wanted to go with the clear. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to go not all the way in the middle and not all the way in the edge. And I'm going to just drill very gently because we don't want to go through the cup. I'm just going to pull it off and look at it. I don't want to go through. I've already done that before, and I don't want to make that mistake again, so that's why I'm doing it very slowly and very gently. There we go. All right, I got through, and this one cracked a little bit, but that's okay, because we can cover that. As long as we didn't go through the other side, we're fine. So people draw, they make these super small holes, and I found it drove me insane. So I go a little bit bigger. It's up to you what you want to do. You can go a little bigger, you can go a little smaller. All right, so now that I have that drilled out, I'm gonna put my drill aside, and I'm gonna start putting in the glitters. Oh, and if anything gets inside, you can just shake it out, because sometimes it does get in, little pieces will get inside. I'm just gonna wipe this down. Alright, so I'm going to take my glitter. I'm going to start with this red. It is Ruby Slippers. Love this red. It is so pretty. And I'm just going to pour a little bit in my medicine cup, and I'm going to pour it in this hole. See, since my hole is a little bit bigger, this is going to go quicker. I've seen people just lay it on top and shake it in, shake it in. It takes forever. And I've done it that way too, and it drove me insane. And I'm so not patient. So I'll drill my hole a little bit bigger. And it's, again, it's preference. I don't think that what I did was wrong, and I don't think what anybody else does is wrong. So, and the amount of glitter you put in here is up to you as well. You could have a lot, you could have a little, you could have moderate, you can mix it, you can do just one color. Obviously, this is, this is personal choice. So I put a little bit of that. I'm not even going to change the medicine cups. I'm just going to keep using it. If the colors get mixed, whatever, because guess what? They're getting mixed anyway. And so these are, this is Hunka Hunka Hearts. Again, all of these are by Glitter Makes It. And I will link them down below with a discount code. So you'll want to check them out. They have awesome glitter, great customer service, and super fast shipping. And their glitter is just absolutely gorgeous. And so reasonably priced too. Let's not forget that, because that's really important. I've gone to some glitter sites and their glitter is like super expensive. Like, it's gorgeous, but it's super expensive. And I'm like, at the end of the day, it's glitter. And you do want a good quality glitter, which this is. Very good quality glitter, but you don't want to break the bank. So I'm getting this in. And I think I'm going to put a little more glitter in than I normally do in these cups. But I don't want to saturate it either. I don't want to, because I've seen like where there's so much, like it doesn't, you don't see the flow because there's too much of it. All right, so I went in with that. I'm going to go in, I'm going to break it up with some ice capades, and so that's like an opal, iridescent, I don't think iridescent's the right word, but it's an opal, it's a white opal, and it's super, super pretty. I love this glitter. See, it's going in really quick for me. Because I like a bunch of different colors. I like mixing colors together when I can. Or when it's appropriate, rather. So it's just going to go in the bottom, and then you can just shake it down. And you see it's coming down to the bottom of the cup. And again, it's up to you how much you want to use. I'm going to throw in some Raspberry Delight. This is an absolutely gorgeous pink. All kinds of like color shifts in there. And of course, you don't want to watch this. You don't have to. You can speed through it. I might even speed through it, because I think I'm going to be putting more in. All right, and then I'm going to throw in some pink flamingo, some bright pink. Why not? Oh, and so I want to mention that I am using chunky glitter. From what I understand, I've never done it because I've heard warnings against it. If you use fine glitter, it's just going to kind of stick in a glob, like on one, like up at the top or at the bottom. So these glitters their mix of chunky with fine. It's not just straight chunky. So that should break up any of the fine glitters that are in here. The chunkies will like it in between, so hopefully it won't clump up. And there's my dogs barking. Probably at the snow. Lots of snow in the Northeast here this week. We got, last time I measured was about 7 inches, but up in North Jersey, they got hammered with like 30 inches of snow. It's insane. I'm like, good, keep it up there. I don't want it down here. All right, I'm going to throw some more ice capades in, because I think I definitely want more glitter. But yeah, my daughter is out. My daughter and my son are out sledding right now. I'm like, yeah, no. I hate the cold, hate the snow, hate the ice. I don't want to live in the Northeast too much longer if I don't have to. I'm over it. But I know there are people out there that absolutely love the snow, and this is like so, great for them. I I hear the quads in my neighborhood going, so I know the kids are having a good time. Although I have a really long driveway, it's like 300 feet, and we normally have it plowed. But our plow guy, when I reached out to him, said that his truck was down because he got hit last Wednesday and he wasn't able to plow. So I put it out there on Facebook asking if anybody had a plow truck in the area. It got no bites on it. And then today, actually, I had to run out. My work was closed, thankfully. And I had to run out. And when I was coming down my road, there was a guy on a quad doing a driveway. So, of course, I stopped. I was like, I will please pay you as much as you want to come plow my driveway. I am not getting out with my car. And so he came down and he did it for me, and he didn't charge me anything. And I told him I would pay him, and I wanted to pay him, and I turned around and he was gone. And then, like, when I went to look for him, I don't know where he lives. Like, I saw him in a driveway. I don't know if that was his driveway. So I didn't, like, I don't want to go, like, I probably should go knocking door to door. I don't even know what to do, but I feel really bad because I told him I would pay him. I did not want him to do it for free. I'm putting in a more flamingo. But, you know, it was very nice of him to do that because it took him a while. I have a really long driveway. It's a single wide. It's not a double wide driveway. But we do have like 5 parking spots off to the side. And so he plowed as close to the cars as he could, and he even plowed out like a spot. So he did, you know, he did a pretty good job, and I'm really, really happy so that I can get my car out because I know my work will be open tomorrow. So I will need to, definitely need to be able to get out. So I'm going to throw in some more hearts, and I'm liking this mix. I'll just throw in more. And I think this is going to be, I think I'm going to leave it like this. I think this is going to be enough for me. These hunka hearts are so pretty. It's like this bright pink, and they like, it's like color shifting. All right. I'm gonna put the caps on all of my glitter, because if I don't, I always hit it and I always dump it out. I get really upset with myself when I waste glitter. A little bit is expected, a whole lot, no good. Okay, now that I'm done filling my cup with the glitter, I'm gonna do the water glycerin mix. So just for purposes of showing you, I'm gonna put that up there. So I have this cup, and guys, this doesn't have to be exact. Like, don't go crazy measuring, you know, getting all upset if it's not exact. So I'll pour in this much, but can you see it's kind of like thick, a little bit thick, but not crazy thick. It's almost like the consistency of like vegetable oil. And then I'm just going to take this and I'm going to pour it in my bottle. But you can see the thickness. Don't worry if it all doesn't come out, because you're going to see it on there. And then I'm going to use my distilled water. Pour that in. I'm actually going to stir it up a little bit and get some of the glycerin off the side. You know, I don't think you have to do this. I just did for purposes of doing it. Let's give it a quick stir, because you can actually see it on, like, a little bit on the sides, like sticking. That's all right. It can do that. So it will separate in water, but once you shake it up, it mixes and it doesn't re-separate. So I pour that in, and I'm going to shake this up. I'm not going to go too crazy. I don't want it too bubbly, because it will get bubbly, but all those little bubbles and stuff will go away. I've seen people use glue, and I've seen a lot of bubbles in the glue, like a lot more than this. Like, you'll see, like, there's some bubbles in there, but they'll float up, they'll go away, and everything looks to be good and mixed. Yeah, I was way up. Sorry. Here we go. Shake it again so you can see. Bubbles, see, they're rising to the top. All right, so this is where I'm gonna start filling up my cup. I'm gonna use the measuring cup again. It doesn't take too long, but it takes a little bit. I've seen people do this with the smaller holes with a syringe. I tilt the cup and I just pour in like this. So I don't know if you can see. There it goes. It bubbles out. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to get any more in there. You do want a little bit of flow in there. So I'm going to test it now. I'm just going to stick my paper towel over and I'm just going to shake it up and see if I actually like the mixture and how it's going. And I do. I like the flow and I like the amount that I put in there. So there's a little bit of bubble at the top. I don't know. I'm going to see if I can try to get a little bit more in. That's why they have the pilot hole. I didn't have this problem last time. Maybe because I put more glitter in? I don't know. Let's see. Nope. I'm going to try to get a syringe and see if I can get a syringe in there. Okay, so here's my syringe. This one has a curved tip, so it's kind of cool. I ordered this from Amazon. And I'm just gonna, and this is working. This is actually working beautifully. I'm doing it really super slow. Because I had too much of a air bubble. I don't want it to be that much. Oh, I think I'm good. I think I'm full. Alright, I'm gonna give it a little test again. There we go, that's better. I think I can get a little tiny bit more in. Nope. That's it. That's all I'm getting in there. Okay. So now we want to clean off the top with our 91% alcohol because the glycerin is like slippery, and so you want your glue and your resin when you seal this to stick to it. Now I'm going to get a piece of tape. I use this packing tape. And I cut it to a little bit bigger than the size of my hole. There we go. Put that over the hole. And because this is like super clear, you can't even see it. You can like barely see it. So I'm actually going to give it another clean or another squirt because I just touched it with my fingers when I was pushing that down. All right. Now we're going to seal that down with some hot glue. This one is empty. I'm just going to go around it in a circle. I'm going to let it just cool for a second, blow on it for a second. And then I'm going to take my finger with this thingy and I'm just going to kind of roll it over. I don't know if this is like a bunch of unnecessary steps because I am going to seal this with UV resin. I don't know. This is just the way I've been doing it. Just make sure that water doesn't come out. Okay, I'm down in my basement now because I'm getting ready to seal the top with UV resin. I sound a little muffled because I have a mask on. This stuff stinks really bad and I wear a mask when using it. I don't know that it's dangerous like the other epoxy that they say is, but this stuff smells horrible. So this is the UV light that I'm going to be using. It has a couple of settings. It has, I guess, like an unlimited setting, and then it's got a 60-second and a 120-second. So, and this is the UV resin that I use, that I bought. I got it off of Amazon also. So I'm just going to take this. I mean, the nice thing about this is it's already like, you don't need to do anything with it. You don't need to mix it. You just need to pour it. Some people put glitter in this. I don't, because I found that like the glue and everything just kind of like blends in and you don't notice it. So it's up to you. You can put glitter in this if you want. I don't. All right, so I'm just gonna, I'm putting that in there. I'm making sure it's like level. Making sure it's smoothed out and there's enough in there because we want a nice good seal around the bottom here. And I'm like way off here. Paying attention to what I'm not doing, or not paying attention to what I'm doing. All right, I'm gonna put the cap back on my UV resin and I'm gonna move my UV resin away from the UV light. Even though the cap is on, there's like a little bit at the top. So then I'm gonna set this to 120 and I'm gonna do this 2 times. And I'll be right back when that's done. So I had to get my tripod so that it could be hands-free because I saw the latest part of the video. I was all over the place. Sorry about that, guys. All right, so this is done. It's all dry. And now we can shake our cup up and we can see all the glitter in there. I really love the hearts. It's so cute. So what I like to do too is dress up the lid a little bit. I don't go crazy, but on the ears, if you use an ears one. So this is what I do. I take the UV resin and I just put it on there and smooth it out with a silicone brush. Make sure the ears all get covered. If there's too much, I just come on the other side. Smooth it out as much as I can. And I'm going to put the UV, I'm going to put this silicone brush to the side. Silicone brush, if you cure it with this, with the, if you cure it when you're curing this, will come right off. I have a little bit too much on. I was dripping on the other side. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside and now I'm going to dump my glitter. I'm going to use the hunka hearts, so I'm going to have the hearts on the ears. And I'm doing the back side of the ears. I'm not doing the front side because it will be a little bit lumpy. And I'm okay with that. I don't, you know, you can try to go in there with more like epoxy or resin and smooth it out. I'm okay with it being a little like chunky. Nobody's like really caressing the ears that I know of. And if they are, well, sorry. So obviously you can put as many hearts as you want on there or not. I'm not going to go too crazy because I want you to be able to see the hearts. Okay, so I like the way this looks. Not too many, but you can see them. And I'm going to go ahead and set this to 120, and I'm going to hold it so it doesn't drip. I'm going to hold it, so I'll be right back. Okay, so I've used my UV resin to seal the bottom, so that's all good and sealed. I've also used the UV resin to put hearts on the ears. And so the last thing to do is put the decal on, and we're all done. So I'm gonna weed this. You can speed through this if you're familiar with weeding. If you're not, then you can watch me weed this. This is holographic vinyl, and I cut it off on my Cricut, and I used the holographic setting. It's default setting, holographic vinyl, and it cuts through with no problems. So this is just a heart shape that I found on Google. And then what I did was I made the word love potion and cut it into the heart. And so I just need to weed that out. And so we're gonna take all that out. Be careful with your E that you don't lose your center, because you will want your center on the E, because that's going to go in the cup. So just be really careful. Sometimes I like to pull up with this and then grab it with this to get it the rest of the way up. Actually, I have a pair of tweezers that I like using better. These ones don't grab too well. I'm going to make sure that center stays in there. I'm going to move it over, make sure it's in there. So you're going to see the glitter behind it, which is going to be cool. I think anyway. So I'm not going to use transfer tape because it's just one big heart, except for I'm going to have to pull that, I lost a little tiny thing for the love, the E. So I'm just going to pull it off, and actually I should probably clean my cup again to 91% alcohol where I want to put it. And then give it another squirt. And so make sure that you know where you're putting your decal. Like I'm going to put mine on the front of the cup because the straw goes in right there. So I'm going to eyeball this. I'm not going to go into crazy measuring, but I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm pretty good at eyeballing things most of the time. There are times where I'm not really good at it, but most of the time I'm okay. So I'm just going to rub this down on here. And I can't forget to grab the little doohickey for the E. So I gotta go ahead and grab that. And get that on there. What a pain these little tiny pieces are. This way you need like a bunch of different tools, because you know everything has like its purpose, like it works. Some things work better than others. So I'm just gonna kind of push this down with the end of my weeding tool. And that should be it, because this is a permanent vinyl, so it shouldn't be coming off. If it comes off, then you're doing something wrong. So here we have it. it is done. See how easy that was? This is like such a fun, easy cup. It's a great gift. I don't believe these are good for hots though. Definitely colds, but try it. You're gonna have a lot of fun with it, especially if you got these gorgeous glitters and you get in there and it's like super sparkly. Oh, I can't wait to get this out in the sun, if we ever get sun, because it was still snowing as of a few hours ago. But this is it. All right, so if this video was helpful, please like and subscribe, and hit that little bell button. I upload every Thursday. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. Also, I will be linking in the description some of the items that I used. And thanks, and I will see you next time. And if you want to know how I did the heart with the love potion cutout on Cricut Design Space, I will show you. So I'm going to go into my upload. I've already uploaded my heart. I'm going to view all. I'm going to type in heart to find my heart. I use this heart. I insert the image. I left it that size. I like that size, so it was fine for me. Then I went ahead and I went into my text and I found a font that I liked and I typed in love potion and adjusted it. I moved them closer together, and then I'm gonna pull one to the back so you can see. It doesn't matter what color your love potion is, because you're just using it to cut it out in the heart. And so you place it on top, you select the whole thing, or don't do Control A, because that would highlight that as well. So you just highlight both of these, hit your slice down here, and pull out your love potion, and there you have it. And then you just cut it out on whatever vinyl you want.